Pray back with another video. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you already know. We in the build done. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s and my 3-3s and my 2-2-2s and my 3-3-3s and my 7-7-7s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you, and those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell notification, be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're gonna jump right in. So I got a problem here. Yeah, Scorpio, man, once again has made another attack. And you would think that a person has had enough. You would think a person could just move on with their life. And obviously, no. What's going on? Welcome, Misty. Welcome. How you doing? I'm doing all right, except just some unfortunate news regarding, the Scorpio messed up opportunity for me. So I feel like when somebody goes too far, it starts to become a nuisance. What's going on, Ronnie Boo? Welcome. And Misty said her ex Scorpio made an attack on me too. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming because after you get betrayed by someone, you would think that, if you would think that a person probably would have hated you so bad that they would have just moved on. But obviously with Scorpio, no. And I actually told the Scorpio, I said, yo, I appreciate you. Gave him a Bible verse and everything. I said, I appreciate you. I said, you really didn't hurt me regardless, the situation. I said, actually, hey, you did me a favor. Actually have peace. But I don't think that was something. Now, I'm not going to say it wasn't the right thing to say, but I know with the ego of a Scorpio, I may have underestimated his ego just, a tad bit too much, because now it's like he's really trying to hunt down the reaction, because the worst thing for Scorpio is the fact that they're banking on the reaction. So when you appear to be unfazed, it's almost like that makes them look at the situation as rejection. See, it flips the signal and makes them think, oh, am I being rejected by this Pisces? Oh, am I, like tables turn. Let me see. Ronnie Boo said, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome. Misty said, I guess I got to hex. No, the hex I'll be talking about is not anything related to folklore, Harry Potter, or any type of, evil, ill will intent. I'm talking about a different hex. A hex is like, okay, so when a person has to hear the truth, what I mean by throwing a hex is like, I'm basically telling you, you're gonna reap what you just sown. Like what you just did to me, knowing that the energy is what you can't see, is coming back to you like tenfold. So when I throw a hex, I'm talking about you're getting what you got coming. Like what you're cooking up for me, you're gonna feel that shit, not me. So yeah. But yeah, said I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, yeah, karma, that's the thing. And that's funny because it's almost like this. Like I said, I really wasn't expecting the Scorpio to hit below the belt today. But my gosh, it's like people are so gullible nowadays. Like people are so easily manipulated. Like somebody could go spread a rumor about you and people will believe it. Like they haven't even heard your side of the story. It's almost like, oh, the Scorpio said we shouldn't hire you, so we're not gonna hire you. So, and like I say, it just sucks because, at the end of the day, you guys, it's like, I would never be that freaking like low. See, that lets me know the state of mind and the moment of truth for that Scorpio, because if you really gotta go out of your way to hurt me or try to do something to sabotage my situation, that lets me know you're in a low place. You are miserable as hell. And it also shows me that you need me, because you had thought about me. You felt some type of emotional ties to, whatever it may have been. Maybe you missed me because, oh, I listened to you, talk and vent when nobody else understood what the fuck you were talking about. I was there to listen to you. I actually, I did a lot of things. He asked for some, money. I looked out for him. People forget about all that type of stuff. It's like, oh, the minute you disagree with them, oh, we're enemies. And that's exactly what happened with the Scorpio. It's like, as soon as we had a disagreement, and literally this man just literally like tried to finesse me with the chain and said, oh, you ain't, oh, you ain't getting the chain, or, hey, I'm like, wait a minute, I gave you the money. What do you mean I'm not? I'm like, you know what? Fine, okay. Just forget the chain. I don't care about whatever. It's just like, at that moment glance, when people don't appreciate you and you're not welcome, just leave. That it would be of more justice for you to walk away from the situation than stay and try to prove a point with somebody that obviously doesn't want you around. It's no point of you trying to argue. Just leave. So I said, it's, when it comes to a person, having self-respect, I would just remove myself from that situation, because no matter where no matter where I go, see, this is some bull, man. Every time I get to going, bro, people start hitting the phone up. See, I can't answer that right now, but appreciate that, Robert. Since New Year's Eve, appreciate that. Let me see. It said, Ronnie Boo said, sound like, it definitely said you put that shit out in the universe. Facts. You said sound like you need some new friends. It's not even that. Like, I'm cool, being by myself. I don't need friends. At times, yeah, it's a little entertaining to have people around to talk to and bounce things off to from time to time, but it's not a necessity. The problem here is, he called me a narc, which is just crazy. He's like, yo, you're a narc. He started projecting. Remember I said that projection comes from jealousy, because if you're trying to figure me out, then a person could just start throwing, random BS at you to get what information. So it comes from us. It comes from jealousy. So before a person starts projecting, that's when that's where it stems from. So I knew then, okay, you're jealous about something. I must have made you feel some sort of insecurity by me saying something or doing something, when all while I'm just being my damn self. And what's crazy is that the more I be myself, it's like, oh, now now to this person, I'm a narc. Like, wow, okay, just because I'm comfortable in my own skin. So the anger, I don't understand. It's like this anger that he has towards me is intense. It's almost like it's been there. Maybe I just never saw it, and I didn't. Maybe it was a secret to himself that he just low key just hated my guts. And now it just, boom, the disagreement just set off a bunch of fireworks. So now I got to watch it and say, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry you feel like that, but guess what? See, I can win. It's so many, you guys know me, like, it's so many different things I could literally do. But I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to put him in a situation that I know that I could, but I'm like, why even waste my energy? It was not appreciated in the first place. So I'm like, I'd rather just ignore him, because ignoring him is showing me more. It's showing me more of what he's like. So remember I said you have to observe your enemy. So you have to study your enemy and their moves. See, because at each degree, when a person doesn't get or see the results that they're looking for, and they're not able to see, you bothered by what they're doing, and just seeing how far they'll go just shows you how much of an evil person they are, like just a cruel type of person. And that's the real them. See, so what I've learned is you wait, because even if you feel like you're getting hot and you feel like snapping and you feel like, putting this person in their place, don't. Just keep waiting. Just keep waiting. Because listen, when you got friends, you would tend to swim in their direction, give them your energy, and that's what you got to remember. See, your energy, that's what it didn't have nothing to do with the disagreement. It was my energy that he doesn't like, because the influence. So now that I'm gone, I'm sure people were probably saying to him, hey, what happened to Trey? Man, he was cool. Where, whoop-de-woo. And now everything's dull, see? Because that light left, the light left the room. So now I understand that the frustration. And now this is crazy. I wake up today and I was literally like, just I had an opportunity on the floor, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, get this, mechanic gig. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this little mechanic thing because I have experience. So, man, this dude knows the owner, which is some BS, right? Unfortunately. So next thing you know, the opportunity is just like destroyed, sabotaged. Scorpio took his ass in there and just started mouthing off saying, oh, I did some I did some foul shit. Like, I'm like, just lying, fam, just lying, making up shit. And these fools believed him. And then you know what they told me? Oh man, unfortunately, we got a word that you did some, and we can't hire you. I'm like, okay, Scorpio. I like that. Like, I'm like, I like that, Scorpio. I really appreciate you just doing that right now, because you just don't know what's in store for you. Like, now that you sabotage, you done cursed yourself. I didn't even have to do it to you. Now you done cursed yourself. See? So now I said, first off, you have kids, dude. And I hope you watching this live as you've been stalking me. I hope you in the chat somewhere sitting down. Yeah, because you got kids, bro. I don't. And I ain't got nothing against kids. I'm just saying you got babies to feed. And if you don't get a damn job, guess what? Your ass going right back to jail. So you want to go around planning with other people's livelihood, guess what? Good luck feeding them kids without a job, fam. And then you wonder why your girl got telling you what to do. It's the role reversal situation. Like, his girl's telling him to go make bottles and shit. Like, bro, go get a damn job, bro. You supposed to be a man, fam. But your girl telling you to go make bottles, fam, she should be making the bottles. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta understand, like, you cannot play with people, bro. When you do evil shit, you go out of your way to hurt somebody, bro. That's instant karma, fam. That's like saying, oh, you hate somebody so bad. Like, damn, the chain, bro, you guys got chains. I didn't get a chain, so that should have been enough. Don't you think if a person just really finessed you for real, they would not want to see your face again. They not even finna waste time to try to go sabotage and do some shit to keep their name or their face in your face, or just, what would they even, why kick a dead dog while it's down? Like, what more do you have to prove, man? This how I know I'm dealing with his ego. Like, what more do I have to, I haven't done anything. I ain't even have to say nothing. He already self-destructing. See, because think about this. He doesn't understand okay, so okay, put it like this. With Pisces, the problem when you hurt a Pisces, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't hurt. We all human. I'm hurt. Yeah, of course. I just don't have the emotion to express it like I would want to. It's more like I tend to intellectualize my emotions, so it's more like I tend to talk about it more than, you know, get on here and cry. And, you know, I'm just a little more social about my, you know, disappointments than I am of just in the storm of just feeling things. So I notice it, but I'm more objective about it. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna be smart about how I handle this situation, obviously, but I feel like it's more of him trying to call me out. It's like a person that does something, set off a bomb, and then they're just trying to wait for your reaction, for you to come knocking at their door, trying to, you know, swear at them or just, you know, go head to head. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just stay where I am. And it's like, yo, that was see, I clap for this situation because if I know that you're cool with the owner, I damn sure don't want to be there. Because that's just a bad situation bound to happen. That's not going to be a good idea. So that's what this video is about, you guys. So the tables turn when what? When the karma hits. See, because remember I said every blow that you throw that you didn't have to, but you did, it comes back on you, man. That is like, damn, you throw something into the universe and it comes right back at you. And you have no defense mechanism. You can't even defend yourself from it because you wasn't prepared for that. Now, another thing, see, Righteous said they wanted to win without them, but they can't, they need me to win. Facts. Yeah, that's the thing. Misty said, I find that a lot of Pisces don't have kids. I don't. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I tried so many times, but it's just like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I ain't gonna sit here and say it like that, but I don't know. Every time I try, it's like the woman, it was something wrong with they stuff. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, they had problems down there, where I don't know, either it was they couldn't have them or it was just something going on that was just what they call it, polycystic ovarian syndrome or something, where they're something with the ovary or something. It was some weird shit going on that, you know, it was BS, because as soon as we broke up, she's pregnant with somebody else's, you know, kid or, you know, whatever. So I'm like, in the midst of that, I just felt like it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant for me to get her pregnant. Facts, Ronnie, facts. Now, when it comes to, yeah, that's why I say I tried to, meaning, yeah, you know, I tried to, you know, hell yeah, I released it, you know, did my thing, but no, it just didn't happen. Because, you know, another thing too, I always say this: if you have any inkling within your soul towards that person, that if it's something that you do not like about the person, it could be something small, you ain't gonna be really in the moment of trying to make a baby type of love making anyway. I feel like it could be the smallest of things. You don't like the way her breath smell. You don't like the way her body look. You don't like her way her feet, you know, something. If you have any little inkling of something that you just don't like about the person, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be attitude. It's not, you're not going to really be involved in it like you really trying to make one, you know, make one. That's what I'm just weird like that. Maybe that's just me. Now, yeah, Scorpio rising, fast, little humble facts. And let me see. Miss said I'm on an hour, have a curve. Oh, no, for that. Plus blood attacks, baby. Like, yeah, that's the thing. With her is like she was having like, I don't know. I was like, put it like this. She's like, she would have like blood spells where, you know, she would be just bleeding for days on, and it's just stuff, just like weird stuff is just going on. But it's just bizarre that as soon as we we basically got separated and boom, she's pregnant. I'm like, damn, I had to get a divorce, man. And she was a Leo, but unfortunately, she was the July Leo, the worst one that I just, I could do August Leos, but not the Julys, nah. So that was like, I had to get rid of her ass because she was dramatic. She was more, how can I say it? She was the type of Leo who's just too proud to really to be honest about how she felt. That right there, I can't do that one right there. Because us Pisces, we value honesty, like, especially when you don't feel comfortable being honest with us and you do it anyway. That's a turn on for us Pisces when we see you like, oh, you gonna keep it 100 even if you know it's gonna hurt our feelings, or hey, we rather be crying, we rather hear the truth and be like, okay, damn, it was something I didn't want to hear other than the lie, fam. Because a lie is like poison. It's like as soon as someone tells a lie, you might fall for it, and then later on you find out it was a lie. Then you like, okay, now I just can't trust the person, and it just ain't gonna work from there. This is the problem where a lot of people think that Pisces is soft. It's not that. Okay, if you heard of Pisces, how a Pisces ends up hurting you is because a Pisces just goes silent, fam. A Pisces just doesn't come back around anymore. You basically lose everything that you had received from that Pisces that a lot of people pray for. Like the type of love a Pisces can give you, or attention, or just understanding you and what you know, just everything about you, where others might actually get lost, trying to understand you. A Pisces will always like be the one to hear you out, actually listen to you. But then if you disrespect the Pisces, they just pull away from you. So it's almost like they just stop swimming in your direction and they just leave you. And that's the worst way to do somebody, because people think that, oh, you guys will talk about it and get back cool. Or unfortunately, the situation ends in no boundaries. I mean, I keep saying boundaries. Okay, now I had somebody in the comments say it's not boundaries. What the hell is that? I know what it is. It's just the way I talk. Okay, I talk fast sometimes, so I mean, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Boundaries. Okay, not duggeries, but boundaries. It just sounds funny saying it like that, so I always say boundaries. But yeah, it's just the baby thing. Part of me is like, I don't really want to. I'm gonna be honest with myself. Like, I really don't really care if I have kids or not, because like for me, it's more, if I had them, I would take care of course, but like I don't want to have them with a baby mama that I feel like I don't really want her like that. Like, I would want to, if I have a baby mother, it's gonna be a baby mother that I like, that fully locked in with me, fam. Otherwise, I ain't doing it, fam. Like, she gotta be full 100%, like, just locked in, supportive, and just like there, no matter what, thick and thin, no bull, no BS, like no games. But if she ain't locked in, I'm not doing it, fam. And I would be rebellious as hell and stubborn till I find that type of female. I'm not doing it, fam. Because one thing I would hate, a pet peeve for me, is a woman that don't listen. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, like, even with a Leo, like my Leo girlfriend, she's just starting to like listen. Like, when I tell her stuff, like before, when I first met her, oh my God, it'll be me versus her pride every freaking day. But now she sees that, oh, if I don't listen, then she notices that me not coming around, I guess that gets to her. So it's like, and I don't do it intentionally or on purpose. It's just, if I feel like a person just ain't listening, I just kind of move around. So that's why I know it works, that when you remove your self, you're also removing your energy. See, people feed off that. So you gotta know, even if they're not honest, they won't admit it to you. You know that, dang, because even with the Scorpio, the one thing that I know, and this is why they say us Pisces are manipulative emotionally, because we know how to treat somebody good, but then we when you disrespect us or you do us dirty, we take it back. So it's almost like, imagine if you had got something from the store that you really wanted, and then all of a sudden it came from that Pisces, but then you disrespected the Pisces, and Pisces took that whatever it was you really wanted back to the store, see, and didn't tell you. So you went looking for it, like, wait a minute, where is that, that my little such and such? Hey, and the Pisces is not even answering you because it's silence. It's like, well, did you think that you were gonna disrespect me and still have access to that, that love, hey, or just the friendship of me just being around? It's like a Pisces is around until they're not. So it's like, as soon as you disrespect them, a Pisces is just gonna, it's like this. Remember I said the store closes early. Pisces is gonna shut down and say, okay, all right, bet, I'm closing the store early. And then you go reach for the handle, or you assume that, oh, it's just gonna be like every other day with the Pisces. You'll let me come back, or hey, you'll open up if I talk to him and we get understanding. Nope. That's where a lot of people end up. It's like they'll keep pulling on that door knowing it's locked, but it's just so useful. They're just so used to Pisces letting them back in until they don't. So it's like, when they get addicted to your energy, it's not, hey, it's beyond just feeding off of it. It's like they really depend on it, to where when you try to hide, they try to seek, and it's like, yo, they still knocking at the door, and you telling them like, no, man, it's over with. That's done. That's done for. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, not sorry. Like you still pulling on the door, thinking I'm gonna just feel sorry for you and let you in, because a Pisces will love you when you're not even supposed to be receiving no love, fam. Like when other people shit on you, when other people are tired of your S, sometimes Pisces be compassionate enough to be like, still being your homie and still coming around, even though you don't deserve it. Like, even though you could be an asshole, and a Pisces will still treat you like an individual and still, give you that one-to-one. And it's next thing you know, you see what people think. They think of Pisces as, oh man, too nice. And then they do you dirty, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I got to remove myself for you to actually see that I was the only one like that. See? Because other people ain't gonna do what Pisces would do in a situation. Like, you could ask somebody for $20 and a Pisces will give it to you. And a lot of people will think that, oh, they took advantage of the Pisces. The Pisces like, look, I helped you because I wanted to. But hey, you really think I'm stupid? You want to take advantage of that? Guess what? Go ask one of them other friends of yours and see if you're gonna do exactly what I did, since you thinking, oh, since you want to cast me aside. And they find out that karma hit. Oh, damn. Everybody telling me no, they ain't got it. Damn, where's that one Pisces that would normally give me the $20? If I asked for anything, he usually would give it to me. It ain't there no more, see? So that lets you know that person gets hurt internally, because they know that however they messed that up, that's when that guilt hits. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, a Pisces is, listen, this is how I see it, okay? I have my own philosophy of this, okay? So think of Pisces. Let's look at, a Pisces is the last chapter, okay? The last chapter of the 12th sign. Now, when you look at the word pieces, okay? Pieces of what? Pieces of every sign before the 12th. That's how Pisces came along. All the pieces. Hey, whoever couldn't read, And hey, they got all the damn, but hey, you guys know what I'm saying. They got a little bit of everything. Somebody said pieces, pieces, pieces. Oh, it wasn't Reese Pieces, but they like, yo, it's pieces of every damn sign. What are we going to call the last one? Somebody probably interrupted, came in the room and said, we're going to say Pisces. Yeah. So, hey, I know it's a little joke, but hey, at the end of the day, it makes sense if you really think about it. Because it's like, if somebody had resemblance of all the other zodiac signs, pieces. Then you just say somebody came politically correct and said Pisces, and boom. Now that's just my little, I threw my little spin on there, but yeah, you gotta understand, like, that's why people don't understand. That's where the confusion comes in, because people really think that Pisces are weak, fam. Because remember I said, when the Pisces is showing you the real them, people mistake it for being vulnerable. See? So then they think that, oh, I'm taking advantage. They don't understand that the Pisces power is compassion, empathizing with your emotions. A Pisces don't have to hear you ask for $20. A Pisces already knows you need something. A Pisces is like, I'm trying to heal you, so here's the $20. See what I'm saying? Starve no more. Go get whatever it was you was going to get. I don't even want to know where you need it. See? Because Pisces believes in karma. Pisces believes in, I might need $20. Where my blessing going to come in? So if I got 5 or 6 people that I randomly gave to, I'm going to reap that. See? My love is, I'm going to attract the way that I acted upon the situation with. So I'm only going to attract goodness to me because I did good. I put good out there. It came back to me. So it ain't going to be like, oh, this person I'm not going to be taken care of because I didn't live my life like that. Now, like I say, with these particular attacks coming from Scorpio, it's not catching. It caught me, like I said, it's a low blow, but because this is coming from somebody that I was actually friends with, that I considered my homie, you see? So it's like, I'm surprised, like, damn, this is really like somebody that I looked at as my brother, like, cool. We was ace. That's why I'm like, damn, that's how you gonna do me? You really felt like this the whole time? I'm like, I'm actually getting entertained by it, because it's like, damn, now you look at the people that's like, damn, that's supposed to be your dog, and he doing you dirty like that, fam. Like, I'm like, damn, So, I called a Virgo, okay, after the situation, because I'm like, okay, I don't really, so I got moon in Aquarius, so it's very hard for me to feel things. So it's like, I'm like, damn, I feel more salty than I felt disappointed, if it makes sense. I'm like, damn, why you had to mess with the damn opportunity I had? Come on, man. Why you didn't go do something, mess up something that I didn't really care about? You messed with the shit that I was actually looking forward to. So I'm like, okay, now I could play this. Man, I got so many different ideas how I can spin this off, but it requires energy. See that? And I don't want to give this man no energy, and I'm not. Because the longer I hide, the more energy that he wastes. See? And I don't mean hide by fear. I'm saying just stay out the way. Don't go nowhere where I know he gonna end up bumping into me, woo-de-woo-de-woo. So I'm just like, just go to a distance, because that's what's pissing him off, is that he used to me like, yo, what's up, bro? Or, hey, trying to figure out something, or, oh, what happened? And I'm not doing that, see? So now he confused. He like, wait a minute. He got used to me being one way, but remember I said Scorpio, they can't manipulate or what? Outmaneuver a Pisces, because there's 2 fish. See that? he don't know that I'm being docile, so I'm not really moving how I would normally move. So it's throwing him off because Scorpio, listen, Scorpio actually literally sits there and watches you like this. See, eyes open. So they study you and they think they know you when they think they know you, and then that's when they try to attack, fam. But he's shooting targets, but he missing. Cause he don't understand it. I'm sitting there like, bro. I'm sitting there clapping like, bro, you making karma real easy now. See, I don't have to go and meditate and do nothing. I don't have to transcend. Like, nigga, I don't gotta transcend. All I gotta do is just let you bury yourself. In other words, you're gonna bombard your own self with your own ego. Is gonna destroy you. I ain't even gotta say nothing, throw no hex or nothing. All I gotta do is just watch you fall. See? And then you gonna be seeing me in your dreams and synchronicities like, damn, this is happening because what I was trying to do to the Pisces. Well, damn, I'm sorry. No, it's too late, dude. No, it's too late because I'm gonna watch you drown. Whether that be in this reality or, hey, in the dream, I'll hear about it. You see, it's what you can't see. Yo, just know your cycle is over with, fam. You just go ahead and spin-a-roonies and, hey, like I said, you ain't gonna be landing shit. Now, let me see. He said, calm down. No, man. See, man, I feel like this. I feel like us Pisces is the master sensei, okay, to Scorpio, because Scorpio still thinks that they can outmaneuver Pisces with the whole sinister, slick, crafty, sneaky, thinking they could do all these different things, but how Pisces is well ready. See, what Pisces does is Pisces knows what you're gonna do already. The intuition is sharp. So the Pisces like, oh, here he come. He gonna try to pull that manipulation. He gonna try to tell lies. Okay, but see, this is the problem. See, Pisces preserves their energy. So the more energy that you hold on to, when you finally send that tsunami, fam, it's gonna be a KO, fam. So you just hold on to your energy, and then what I'm telling you is an opportunity. This is what the people forget. In every single story, there's an opportune time. See, where things go, the tables turn. So you might think that you got momentum. You might think, oh, you might be keeping score. Oh yeah, he ain't get a chain. Oh, okay. And I sabotage his job opportunity. That's two thinking you winning. No, you're not, fam. Because once one of my waves come, it's what you can't see. Right now, I'm letting the fog come. I'm letting the fog, because that's what happens when you playing with a Pisces, is that all that love and compassion and empathy, it fades away. Hey, watch this, man. It fades away. What you think comes after that? The fog. Remember I said with Neptune, it's what you can't see, because it will almost feel as though the friendship was never real in the first place, because our Pisces can just transform and take everything back to where it's like a ghost, where it's just pulling everything, all its gems and all its power out of the whole situation. Leaves that person with what? Nothing. Nothing to grab onto. They don't feel safe anymore because your presence is gone. You pulled it away. See? So now all they can psychologically think is say, oh, he didn't. I've been calling. Hey, I've been trying to get a reaction from the Pisces, but he ain't even responding. This is different. No, it ain't different, bro. Now you getting caught into the illusion, because now, that's why I said when that fall comes, you still chasing, you still trying to get answers, and you trying to get reactions, fam. Little do you know, the illusion, the fall comes, and then that illusion sets up to where you think that the Pisces is, you thinking that, they running from you. Now you hallucinating. See, now you go chasing after something that you think you see. Isn't that like Tim in the crew where they just kept digging, thinking it was some gold, they was going to find some gold? Who told them that? See that? So Pisces, you got to be very careful, because Pisces knows that you could waste energy trying to figure out what I'm doing. And see, I ain't even thinking about you. See, they let me know I didn't have to manipulate you emotionally. You did it yourself because you still thinking about me. Anytime somebody's still trying to hurt you, guess what that means? That means that you control their emotions. Man, let me stop, bro. I'm giving y'all too many gems, bro. That's what I said. Oh, listen, a Pisces does not have to do anything but stand there and watch you squirm. See? Watch you drown. Because a Pisces knows all its boundaries. So that way, boundaries. Pisces knows all their boundaries, so you don't see them until it's too late. See? Because it's the fog. Once the fog sets in, you can't see how deep that whole, look, you could look down from about to fall off a damn what? Like in it's a certain country where it's like a devil's pool. You look down and you see all that fog, but you don't see how deep. If you was to fall, you'd be falling for a minute. See? You forget that there's no floor, fam. With Pisces is Pisces is very confusing. You can't grasp on to what Pisces is like, fam, until you get into it with one. When you get into it with one, you ain't gonna come back the way you went in, fam. It's just like jail. It's just like a prison sentence. See? Some people make it out. Some people end up putting themselves voluntarily inside of a casket, or hey, in the bottom basement of John Wayne Gacy's mansion or his home. And hey, how did they get there? Well, they fell for the illusion. See, whatever John Wayne Gacy set up the story, made some shit sound good, and hey, they just ended up going right into it. See, walked right into the killer shark's mouth. See, only to no return. I appreciate that. Only to no return. See that? Notice I said only to no return. When you chase a Pisces for the wrong reasons, you're not going to come back the same way you went in, fam. Because you're going to drown. See, it ain't my business what the sharks do to you, because the sharks keep swimming anyway. Am I right or wrong? The sharks keep swimming anyway. The sharks never stop swimming because they know who they are, fam. So they authentic. Do you really know that's why a shark doesn't, listen, you would never catch a shark idling, just sitting there. Sharks are always moving, fam. That's for a reason. See? I'm going to tell you, it's because they know who they are. They know exactly what they're going to do. And they don't see themselves as what? Food. They don't see themselves as what? The target. See? Because listen, a shark knows who the fuck gonna eat me? Who the hell gonna destroy me? I'm the person that you gotta be worried about. That's why I said a shark doesn't, listen, the shark is like, if anything, I'm gonna be the victim. See? Because somebody's head gonna be torn off, legs, whatever, whatever come towards me is getting ate. Whether we hungry or not. Because energy, that's why I said we absorb. Energy gets absorbed regardless if we want to absorb or not. We have no choice. We absorbing all your energy, fam. And this is what I told the Scorpio. Come on, keep throwing blow for blow. I'm going to absorb all your energy until you just fall. You know what they say? What they said, well, what's his name? They said heavy is the head, fam. Listen. You thinking that you're so strong and ego, bro, listen. Could you imagine somebody like Juggernaut with a stubbornness and just egotistical thinking that, all your power is in your head, fam? Letting your head get the best of you, fam? To that being your end. That's how you gonna end, fam? Do you not see what I'm saying? Scorpio, you don't understand that the way what you think you're using to destroy me is your detriment. That's your karma, fam. Your head is going to what? Be dismantled. You will see just how strong your ego really is, fam. Pisces is not the one to come for. Like that song with Pooh Shiesty when he said FDO, FDO. You know, he was at the street where Martin Luther King was what? Snake, fam. Come on, bro. Who snaked Martin Luther King? Who shot him? Boom. Didn't even give the man a chance to finish his sentence, fam. His speech. Sniper just sitting right on the roof. Didn't even get a man. Look, the person on the roof is the shark. He didn't give a damn about no speech and, oh, what you come to do and what time it is and time of day. He took him out. Boom. End of story. See that? You don't see a Pisces waits. A Pisces just waits, absorbs everything, and then strikes. Boom. Once they listen, the attacks of a Pisces are so freaking dangerous that once it hits you, once it hits home, and then you not escaping, fam. You not coming out that same situation. And then when people hear about it, they strike fear. That's like, oh, no, I don't want to get into it with dude. I don't want no partakes in that. But that's the thing. People start to worry. People start to fear the shark coming. See? By their dirty deeds. They're like, yo, we might need to get home because we hurt that Pisces and he ain't said nothing. And hey, we ain't heard nothing. So what is he up to? What is he getting ready to do? I don't know, man. I told y'all shouldn't have been effing around with dude in the first place. Well, damn. Bro, did you not know it's the same damn cat that just keeps coming over here, bro? Every time I go live, bro, this cat just keeps coming, bro. What the hell does this mean, bro? This motherfucker keep coming every time I go live, bro. This cat comes, bro. I be thinking this motherfucker, he gotta know I'm here, fam. Man, listen. He has to know that I'm here, fam. You guys see that cat every time I go live. I watch that cat walk right past, fam. No, it's a tabby cat. It's a tabby cat, but I swear, every time I go live, I watch that cat walk right past just like that. That's creepy, fam. See? Now, yeah, it wasn't no black cat. No, it's just a tabby cat. But yeah, yeah, that's the thing with Pooh Shiesty. I like Pooh Shiesty. I like his music. And the thing about it is, so getting back, he's a Scorpio too. So that's kind of like, with you know, I just see him as being a different type of Scorpio though. But like, you know, this is a situation that I feel like it shouldn't have to be to this detriment. It shouldn't have to be like this. But see, a Pisces, you can't, this is the whole power struggle in itself is trying to save somebody from their karma that they started, fam. Like their shit, all the BS that goes along. Remember I said, when somebody is coming for you, Pisces, guess what that means? That means that he got to go. He got to go. And you are the last chapter. See? This ain't no joke. You are the only one that can literally speed up that karma, speed up that ending, fam. You ain't even, hey, you wonder why. When somebody start crashing out, you know what's next. You like, yo, you come near me, you gonna hit a brick wall, fam. Because I ain't finna play with you. See, I ain't finna do all them little moves and all that little stuff you be doing. I'm just gonna do a KO, just like NLE Chopper said, the young boy is gonna be KO, KO, whoop, whoop, wop, wop, wop. I'm not finna sit up there and play around and tiptoe and tap dance with you, bro. See? So it's like I say, When you come after a Pisces, that means that you want to get up out of here, fam. Because once you fight with a Pisces, you will just realize that as long as you keep looking at me, you need to be sitting, seeing if you need to be met. This is funny because while you looking at me, you better look down and make sure there's a floor there. See? Because their illusion is strong, fam. Because people really think that you want to fight with them. People really assume that you're going to fight with them the same way that they fight. No, it's what you can't see. See that? Because that's the thing. People destroy. Listen, people that have your name in their mouth, talking about you, backbiting, slandering your name, they don't realize that, bro, you are, all you doing is literally just hand gliding. You just pulling yourself towards destruction. See? And a Pisces is strong enough to know when to actually attack and when to not attack, when to not throw nothing, only to defend themselves. They're not going to try to go out there and fight you, because then what is the fight for? See, some people be fighting with themselves. They don't even realize that nobody's fighting back, fam. We just blocking, and literally you tiptoeing and then boom, you fall into that illusion thinking that you was fighting with me, you was fighting against your own fucking ego. See that? The battle ain't with Pisces. You thought you was fighting the Pisces, bro, because your dumbass, you didn't know that you was fighting your own goddamn self the whole time. The Pisces came in a form because of pieces of a broken mirror finally being put together, and you finally looking in the mirror and said, damn, that kind of looks like me. I haven't seen what I look like. I haven't seen the real version of what I really look like. Because aside from all that ego, Scorpio, you probably like Spider-Man without the damn uniform on, fam. You just a regular motherfucker, bro. You trying to come around and trying to act hard and trying to act tough, fam. And you got to understand, why do we attract so many people that have huge egos? Because we got to put them in their place. That's when it finally hits home that, oh, you the big homie, and all the respect comes after the Pisces puts belt to ass with Scorpio, fam. And then what happens is Scorpio, until they get this false sense of power again, that's when they try to come back and try to sting the Pisces, because it's like, oh, now I done got strengthened now. Oh, now I got my strength back. Let me try to pull a fast one. Like, nah, bro. We healed you with our energy. How the hell you gonna bounce back and think you tough enough and thinking you finna pull a fast one now if we was the ones that healed you? See? So that's the thing, is that we don't have to lay a finger on nobody. Your own fears and your own emotions do that. See? Guilt and shame will beat you up better than these hands could. So all I gotta do is just keep my energy away from you, just to show you more of yourself. See? Because that's what you're running from. You're running from yourself. Yeah, they are definitely weird. You know, they're definitely weird because the jealousy. See, jealousy keeps you from having what? A real connection. Anyway, no matter what your sign is, jealousy gets in the way because you don't even know it's there until you get attacked, until the projection starts. The projection starts, and then you start realizing as you watch the projector, you're like, yo, this ain't nothing like me. Like, all this, where is all this shit coming from? Who said all of this stuff? You actually reading that projector, the energy coming from it, and you like, yo, it sound like you really feel exposed around me. That's what it is. See? Because a Scorpio knows with a Pisces that a Pisces sees through all the BS, the mask. Remember, illusion always outweighs a facade. So Pisces always knows when Scorpio is lying, even if a Pisces still gives you help. A Pisces is like, yeah, I know your story is BS. And hey, you asked to borrow the $20, but I'm going to give you the $20 because that's my blessing. See? You asked, I gave it to you. I know you full of S, but hey, maybe one day you will learn. But hey, that's none of my business. Because listen, when a Pisces leave you like I say, when a Pisces leave you in the middle of the ocean, it's not my business what the sharks do to you. Hey, it's not my business. The sharks tear your ass off, and whoever do you gonna, cause Pisces knows you're gonna come across the wrong person. Trying to do that same. When a Pisces end your cycle, you gonna try that on somebody and they gonna blow your brains out, fam. Like, Pisces knows I don't have to be the one to blow your brains out. I was just the one to warn you. See? And I stepped aside and you kept coming for me, fam. So the illusion that you was coming after me, you was coming after yourself. That's why they say don't let your ego get the best of you, because when you keep doing that, that's what you're doing. You're not fighting with that person that you think you're mad at. You're mad at yourself because you're not being yourself. You're fighting against your own ego. See that? Because what do we always say at the end of the day? You are what? You are your worst enemy. And when you think something is said about you behind your back when that person didn't say nothing, who's crazy? Assumptions? That's not of being a powerful, mature, evolved person. No. Assumptions come from insecurities. You worried about me surpassing you because I've already, I never even said that about myself. You saw me and that's what you came up with. So you only saying what you saw of me. So if you mad at it because you don't have the confidence, or hey, you don't have what you saw in me, that ain't my problem. That's why I said it's none of my business what the sharks do to you. Because the sharks keep swimming. They don't stop swimming. That's the thing. Now, it's so funny, you guys, as I've been talking, I actually haven't even started I haven't even started the live video. That's so crazy. I've been an hour in. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so as you guys know, Scorpio and Pisces, they both powerful water signs, at the end of the day. But here's the thing. When a Scorpio attacks a Pisces without what? Care. See, that's when the karma enters in. See, and it happens fast because, as I mentioned, spiritually, people forget that Pisces is connected to the spiritual world. So it's what you can't see. And when you try to hurt a Pisces, that's the karma is coming faster than you think. See? Because a Pisces will say to them, why you think a Pisces knows not to get in the ring with you? That means Pisces is seeing and hearing from something that's not in this realm. See? Even if a Pisces is literally not swinging off on you, fighting the way you fight, a Pisces can sit there and just start crying. That don't mean that Pisces is soft. Don't let that illusion fool you, fam, because listen, all those tears, fam, what karma getting ready to do to you is going to make sure you holler. See? Don't laugh, and then you sit there and try to mock a Pisces for crying, or you calling them crybaby and all that. You're going to be wishing somebody would talk to you when it's all said and done. You would wish you had some help. You wish somebody would be there to say something to you. Because it could be, listen, the depths of your consequences, fam, it could lead you to hell, fam. It could lead you to a different realm that you didn't even think it would even go that deep. So that's why I say you cannot sit there and play with Pisces. And I'm not trying to say it like we all that. I'm just saying, like, bro, you don't want to be assuming that, oh man, this Pisces is defenseless because they not fighting me the same way I fight. A Pisces is literally like still trying to like pray for you and trying to wish the best for you because they know if things ain't gonna go in the way you think it's gonna go for you. See, because that karma is the final chapter. Now, the next thing is this. Why do you think the Pisces is crying in the first place? Do you think the Pisces is crying because they're hurt? No, not only that. A Pisces is crying because the karma, what is getting ready. A Pisces knows, they see the same pattern. They know what karma's going to do. It's going to do a better job than what the Pisces ever could do. The problem is that karma, it enters into the picture fast. And that's how Pisces is like, dang, I feel bad for you, fam. Pity the fool, like Mr. T said. He's a Pisces. Pity the fool. You just don't know what you done did. You don't even know what's coming after this or from this. See? And it's almost like you sitting there, you just not even, you totally oblivious to it. And then this is the thing. I'm going to break it down to y'all because when it comes to transformation, remember I told you, when it comes to the mutable water sign Pisces, you have to be very careful. Because listen, when your karma comes, do you think karma is a situation that comes? Do you think that, oh, it's a particular person that comes for you? Like the Grim Reaper? No. Guess who comes for you? Guess who comes from you? That Pisces comes from you. Pisces is a karmic sign, fam. Pisces is the lesson. Pisces, listen, when Pisces comes for you, it's the Pisces that's coming for you. The Pisces, see, you forget that it's two fish. The other fish will never leave the other fish hanging, fam. So you don't know what the shark is getting ready to do. And guess what? The representative don't know either. He like, yo, I'm hurt. And he's sitting there crying like, And next thing you know, the shark is connected to the rod. See that? So when it's always going to balance itself out because they can't leave each other. It's what you can't see because you don't see this happening. When then the Pisces is like, yo, I don't want to hurt him. And then the shark is like, I'm finna hurt him. I don't give a damn. I'm finna fuck his ass up. And that's what happens. See? Because then the other Pisces kick in is tag team partners. He like, and then look, that shark, once he just say, you know what? And he take over, it's over with. Because remember I said when that Pisces karma hit, listen, it's almost like the stronger end of the stick, even though you can't control that other Pisces. Because listen, do your research on the fish going downstream. Do your research. He don't give a damn about, oh, let's do it when the lights is on. It ain't no rules. It's no limits. It's the extremes of the depths of the ocean, what you can't see. These are the things that manifest. The down in the depths of that other fish. Oh, that's the loss. The deeper that fish goes down to the depths, your ears start popping, the Rolex comes off. Wait a minute. This is not my Rolex. This came from some man that actually got what? That felt his karma. Oh, damn. But you gonna wear it like it's yours. You say, wait a minute. Let me get that little Rolex off you, man. Appreciate that. I don't know whose it is, but hey, I found it. That's what happens because listen, when a Pisces takes your ass down in them depths of the ocean, you drown. You already done for. But all the little bits and pieces of your identity gets downloaded. Somebody finds your stuff. Oh, your power, your ego, and all these little things. Listen, somebody finds it. And guess what? It ain't yours no more because the cycle has ended. That's why I said you got to be careful. You don't know how far the Pisces is going to take you. Listen, that Pisces can bring you so far deep within the ocean. And you will never be the same. See, as you went to you got into it with that Pisces and only to what? Never find yourself again. It's cold-blooded. Because a Pisces will literally destroy your identity. Yeah, you used to have a Rolex, but now you don't. All that shit that you thought, everything that you thought that made you, pumped your ego, stroked your ego is gone. Because of what? Loss of control. Your control is lost. Everything that made you feel powerful is gone. The fall of man. You get broken down. Listen, if all you depended on was your ego in the first place and it gets dissolved, who are you now? Because when you look in the mirror and you see Charleston White and you thought you was Dwight Howard. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna say. I don't even know why. I'm not funny. I ain't even trying to say Dwight Howard. Maybe it's the white around your lip, but yeah, the white. But anyway, yeah, I know that sounded a little awkward, little joke style. It wasn't really trying to. You know what? Screw it. But yeah, what you gotta realize is this, okay? The problem is when you get so big-headed and thinking that that's the worst thing you could do when you actually go against a Pisces, because Pisces, it's almost like this. When you look at the shark, okay, what does it like to eat? What is its best meal? Hey, I'm not trying to be funny. If you really look at this analogy, it will make more sense to you. A shark likes to eat ego clam chops. Let's look at it like this. Those are the most preferable breakfast, lunch, and dinner that a shark would like to, chow on is the ego. The ego, whatever you want to call them, ego, chicken legs, or whatever, right? So you got to understand that Pisces attracts people that have the hugest egos, only to chop. What is it? I said chopped and screwed, just basically, because that's the thing. Pisces is so powerful. That's what it's going to do. It's enough power to destroy somebody's ego, fam. So that's why I said, like, a Pisces is not afraid of your ego, fam. We like, come on, bring it. I'm actually hungry. I really could use a lot of more energy that I've already absorbed. See, because the more energy I absorb off your ego, now I'm only dealing with a shell. I've already absorbed all the energy of what that situation could be. So a Pisces is not in fear mode about, what you're getting ready to do. A Pisces is like, I just don't think this person's going to be able to make it. See, I don't think they're going to be able to fit into the person they really are. And I'm talking about regarding their shoes, okay? Like, I hope you can fit inside of them shoes that you really, the size that you really wear. See, instead of the ones you was trying to put on. Because that ain't you. See? So that's the thing of us Pisces putting you in your place is the worst fear for a lot of people that hate themselves, fam. Because when a Pisces put a belt to ass, they're putting you back into the reality of how you were before your ego kicked in. And that's what you gotta, when I said a Pisces bringing you to the depths, is like you being a prisoner in an asylum, in a prison cell, where a Pisces is literally walking you. But in this type of situation, it's more like a shark bringing you down into the depths. See, into a dark place where you do not feel comfortable, fam. And yet, that dark place, guess what that is? That dark place is it's like the light is just shown everywhere. There's no hiding who you really are. And it scares the hell out of people because they might not want to put on that size 9. They wanted to put on the 11s. Now they like, oh, damn, those my shoes? I got to put those on? How did you know my shoe size? Hey, man, my intuition told me. I already knew it wasn't you. That's why I was laughing the whole time. Because you trying to act tough. You know, trying to do tough guy things that you were, hey, I don't know who I don't know who you learned them moves from, but it wasn't you. That's the thing what I tell people. You can't copy somebody else's ego. You can't say, oh, Ray Ray's a thug and yeah, I want to be just like him. Oh, let me go and copy the same things Ray Ray does. Bro, no, you're going to embarrass yourself, bro. That's not you. Why'd you trying to copy something you done seen on TV, fam? That's not, just because 50 Cent got shot, 20 bunch of times don't mean your ass is 50 Cent, fam. Be yourself. Stop trying to be somebody you not. See? What do you already look like a clown? You wearing somebody else's jersey and ain't yours. It is not you. See? So we put belt to ass, bring you right back to that reality of, oh, my name is Dwight. But it ain't Howard. It ain't Dwight Howard. So stop saying that. See? So that's the thing. Now, getting back. When it comes to the Pisces becoming the karmic, okay? Becoming the karma. When pushed too far. See, a Pisces doesn't want to become your karma. But when pushed too far, it's like, okay, well, damn, I guess I got to drive then. Okay. I guess I got to be your karma. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to jealousy and control, remember I told you, what ignites this? Projection. Because once you project, guess what we're going to do? Absorb. We absorb. And see, when you project and it's coming from jealousy and control, if we absorb, what is it going to do to you? Because jealousy requires energy. That's why it's a vibration for that. And on my next live, I'm gonna tell you those vibrations of those different types of emotions. Just so y'all think I'm playing, I'm gonna really prove to you that that's a frequency. Why you think I be saying shout out to my 33s and 333s and 777? Those are frequencies of energies. See? But people don't be knowing the exact meaning of it and knowing that the life path, the power of it. Now, here's the thing. When jealousy and control ignite what? The emotional warfare. See, this is a battle of the emotions when you are a Pisces versus Scorpio in the first place. And see, Scorpio's ego, that's what ends up dissolving. But I'm gonna tell you the secret though. Scorpio doesn't even know this. They don't know shit about dissolving and alchemy and any of that absorption. They don't understand none of that. Because you know why? The ego blinds you. The ego blinds you, and guess what? Isn't the ego a mask? Because you're trying to be tough when you are feeling vulnerable. That's the secret to Scorpio. I'm sorry, Scorpio in attendance that's watching this. I know you probably gonna hate me and call me all kinds of Sinbads and shit, but hey, as bad sins come to the surface, and hey, we ain't out here making sea castles and rainbows and all that other shit that you probably thought I was gonna get on here and say. This is not a tap dance show. No. And even if I had tap dance, even if I was a tap dancer, guess what? I'd still be tap dancing on that ass. But yeah, when it comes to the mask is the ego. It's like Juggernaut, okay? Look at Juggernaut from the X-Men. The ego is his helmet. See, you ever notice when that helmet come off for Juggernaut, he don't feel powerful anymore. He like, what the hell? oh, now he feel everything, because that's how you know a person is wounded. Soon as their ego comes, they already lost. That's how you know they're fighting against themselves. You have to know how to outthink your opponent, fam. That's why you don't get in the ring with them. You punish them through their own thoughts, through their own emotions. See, you let their emotions, as long as they keep trying to hurt you, that means that you are living rent-free inside of their head. You're in their head so strong that now they think that they're living to what? For you. It's cold-blooded. That's how that's what you could say, reverse psychology. You could say it's psychology. Yeah, it has to do with all of that. Now, here's the thing. Scorpio's ego, it often dissolves with Pisces because of that final chapter, which is karma. I said karma. Karma is the final chapter. Now, this ain't about physical violence, you guys. No. When it comes to the psychological power behind it, this is a spiritual consequence. See, what I'm referring to. So I'm going to tell you who truly wins when Pisces and Scorpio collide. Now, let's talk about this. When it comes to every time Scorpio attacks Pisces, thinking it's control, power, and dominance, right? It turns into what? It turns into karma. See that? Now, if the Scorpio isn't careful, then what is this going to do? This will be a battle that they won't recover from. When you are fighting against a Pisces that can be the executioner and the healer, guess what it would do to you? You will have no recovery. This is what they mistake with Pisces. You will never be the same. Because we institutionalize over here. If you go to jail or have a prison sentence, you will never come out the same. No. You will need the Pisces to recover, to get back any type of remembrance of what happened in the first place. You will lose your mind trying to fight a Pisces. You won't know why you're losing it. See? Because you're not gaining anything. You're not getting anything out of it. Fighting a Pisces is like fighting the wind. It's almost like you're sitting in the water and you're just punching through the water, splashing water everywhere. Like, what sense does that make? Do you know what you're fighting? Or are you just making a mess? See? Because it's what you can't see. Now, when it comes to the next thing, why does Pisces become the karmic to Scorpio in the first place? Because Pisces rules endings. The last chapter. No closure. After the last chapter, there ain't no closure. It's over with. What you thought I was going to do? Dance? Sing? No. You could say that, yeah. Remember I said, yeah, the story will close, but it's going to be for good. Because the cycle will never repeat itself. You got endings, spiritual consequences, and the emotional truth that you have to live with. Because I guarantee you, the ego would not be thought of. That would not be a choice, an idea anymore. You will say, in a new situation, a new beginning, you will say, well, damn, last time I used my ego, I was never the same. This is why this BS is happening right now. See, I should have never let my ego step in and get the best of me. I should have just said what? I should have just accepted my loss. See, there's a lot of people out there you just can't fuck with, and then you just can't, and you have to accept that reality. But when you don't, you lose twice. See, not only do you lose the fight, but you lose to yourself. Now, Scorpio rules what? Power, control, fear, and intensity. See, now when Scorpio attack a Pisces, Scorpio triggers their own destiny. It's cold-blooded. See, you gotta be where Scorpio transforms, Pisces transcends. See, that's why they're not supposed to be fighting each other in the first place, because Scorpio would never be able to, they would never be able to center themselves after fighting with a Pisces. See, they would never be able to get over what happened, why. It would haunt them. Literally, they would explode. They would just melt because they'll dissolve. You can't fight with something you can't grasp. And Scorpio is obsession. They become obsessed with something they can't figure out. And they're not like a Virgo, where a Virgo would just sit there and analyze. No, a Scorpio would get frustrated because they can't figure out what you're doing when you're doing it, because of one thing. Let me tell you one thing. One thing that they fear is something that they actually can't see. See? Because know why? They fear a loss of control. When you pray, when you meditate, when you do yoga, you go within. You go within. You close your eyes. You focus. See, Scorpio doesn't want no partaking in that. Because if they can't see it, they feel like they can't, latch on to it. They feel like they can't control it. And if they get into a position where they can't control things, they already know they lost. That's why they get jealous of Pisces, because Pisces can what? A Pisces can mutate. A Pisces can control things without even trying to. See? And it's even worse because the spirituality is something they can't grasp, because they got to see what's going on. They got to know things. The detective, he has to know things. He has to be able to explain it to someone. He can't just go off of, my intuition, or, hey, I didn't see it. He can't explain it. He can't express it. See? Now, another thing is the fact, when a Scorpio attacks the Pisces, now, Scorpio triggers what? Not only their own destiny, but they trigger their own undoing. See, people forget everything that you fight Pisces with. The Pisces reflection is something you do not want. Self-undoing, that right there is enough to really let a person know, don't come for me, fam. Because if you come at me with something that is this self-undoing is going to happen to you in such a way you ain't gonna be ready for it. You ain't gonna know why. It can literally make you hate yourself. And it could just be in that mere moment where you have beef with a Pisces and you don't know why you feel like that. See? Because you can't control it. You lose control. You can't control a Pisces. You start freaking out. You start saying to yourself, well, damn, what am I even here for? Why am I even thinking about this person? I can't stop thinking about this person. Because the absorption. See, when you mentally sit there and just fester on thoughts of Pisces, what is he doing? What? All that projection that you're doing in that moment, a Pisces is reflecting back onto you and saying to you in such a way, be yourself. Why are you doing all this? So you start hearing that spiritually and saying, oh, what are you doing, man? You're making yourself look like a fool. You need to let your ego, let it go. Let it go. What all this means is that you end up dissolving. See, because you haven't learned the lesson that you can't control everything. You can only control what you can do, like what you have access to control. You can't control everything. See, you have control to change your attitude, to be yourself. But if you misuse it, it will work against you. See, every single time. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what tends to happen is when Pisces is Scorpio's karma and Scorpio is completely just careless about it. And see, the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you what builds up to this, okay? Now, Scorpio tries to dominate Pisces emotionally. And see, that's not going to work because you have to really know how Pisces really feels. And Pisces automatically makes it hard for anybody to really know how they feel. See, because a Pisces will move from angle to angle because of the bait. Pisces knows that people out there, hey, there's always a brown bear out there trying to catch a fish. And Pisces is like, not today. And see, the thing about it, Scorpio withholds information. Doesn't tell the full story. Another thing, that's where the manipulation comes in. Now, Scorpio uses silence as a punishment. Pisces uses silence for what? As an escape. Because a Pisces what? Is trying to protect their energy. That's why Pisces don't stay in a situation that, oh, it no longer suits the situation. Scorpio tests loyalty. But you can't test loyalty when you're not loyal. See? Now, another thing is the fact Scorpio, they like to watch instead of communicating. You have to communicate before you observe. You can't just depend on watching things, just being observing. You have to communicate, because that, if you don't communicate, then that makes you look sneaky. See? Now, another thing too, and that also gets, where the stalker situation comes in play with that as well. Here's the problem. Let me tell y'all a secret. What does Scorpio project? Scorpio project one thing. If you ever have a Scorpio coming after you and you don't know why, I'm going to tell you why. Scorpio's number one weapon of choice is jealousy. That's when they start calling you a narc, like he did with me. Oh, you're a narc. You ain't shit. You ain't getting a chain. Oh, ha, 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 yeah, thanks for the money. My such and such. Where the ego starts talking, where you start talking out the side of your neck, right? Okay. Jealousy always leads to projection. That's the lesson in itself. But here's the thing. Scorpio manipulates trust. They don't respect it. A Scorpio only respects the ones that actually what? Are disrespectful. The ones that give pushback. But that's ass backwards though. I'm going to tell you why. Another thing, Scorpio underestimates Pisces awareness. See, the gift of awareness is a gift. It's not something that everybody knows how to do well, okay? Awareness is knowing that people are what? Prone to lie. Awareness is knowing that every dog is not trained. See, it's just things that you have to be fully aware of. You have to know that you can't trust everybody. You have to know these core principles in order to what? Survive in life. So if you are aware, guess what? Nobody can manipulate you because you already know the odds. The casino always wins. Why? Because of the odds are in its favor. If the odds are in your favor, guess what? Nobody can come to you, not even 1,000 people, and play you or finesse you or do anything without playing themselves. That's a metaphor. If I give the illusion and make you think you're winning, you would never second guess it and say, oh, I'm just winning my own money. So who's playing who? And whose game is it? Scorpio doesn't even know they're playing a game that they can't win. Pisces, the secret with Pisces is you will never win. The game is always the game is always gonna, I'm always gonna win. Little do you know that you can never win this game. See, that's why I said the casino always makes you feel some type of way. So does Pisces. Pisces can make you feel real. Pisces can make you feel like a winner, even though you're a loser. You thinking you winning money. Oh, we let you win. You thinking you won something, but you only won a portion of your own money. You didn't win shit. We just make you feel good so you don't feel shitty. See that? So that's the thing with Pisces is like we literally make people look stupid and they're doing it to themselves. How dare you come into my domain and think that you're going to beat me out of some money in my own establishment. It ain't going to work. See? So that's why I tell people it's what you can't see. Do you see the casino finessing you? Or do you just see the money? How do you know how do you not know if it was designed like that in the first place for you only to see the money? That's what awareness is. Awareness is you thinking outside the box and considering the what ifs. It could be somebody watching me right now as I'm on this live. You got to be fully aware. Just like that cat, me seeing that cat every time I go live, that cat runs past like that at the same damn time. That means something. Being fully aware. See that? Now, Scorpio assumes Pisces is weak. Never underestimate a person regardless. No matter how small, how tall, how weird, because you never know. That could be the person that's slipped something in your peanut butter and you never know. See, because you went off of what? Oh, everybody, you went off that assumption. Now, another thing, Scorpio ignores warnings. There's warning before destruction. Scorpio does not pay attention to warnings. So that's the thing. When you are warned, that makes you instantly pull back. Now with Scorpio, they keep coming. They keep going. See? And they run right into a trap. Have you ever seen a raccoon go inside of a trap? Raccoons, they like jelly. They like jelly, shiny stuff like marshmallows. You set up a bait, just what you know, exactly what that raccoon loves to eat, and put it inside of a cage. You want to know the funniest thing? Why are you able to catch the raccoon? Because he doesn't see the trap. He only sees the thing that he wants. He only sees that marshmallow and jelly. That matters more to him than awareness. And you know what's crazy? The raccoon, once he's trapped, he doesn't even know he's trapped. He starts to eat the bait. That's the thing. That's why I said the illusion traps you. And you don't even know it was an illusion the whole time. The illusion is that you could get to me. And my question is, who said you could? Who said you could get to me? Oh, because it looked that way. Okay. You're going to be just like the raccoon. See? And once that trap latches and closes, guess what happens to the raccoon? He gets taken for a ride. And then guess what? It's either two things will happen. He either dies, they either do, take him out or let him go. But it won't be in the same area won't be in the same area where he walked into that trap. They might drop him off in the middle of nowhere. It ain't my business what the coyotes do to him. It ain't my business. See? But that's the thing. You cannot just go for the bait. You just can't go for the only thing that you thinking that, oh, is that what I think I'm seeing? Oh, it is that easy for me to just go get that little marshmallows and the jelly. Oh man, that's exactly what I want. And you want to get to me so bad, you want to destroy me so bad. Well, come on then. If that's what you see, then come on then. Because as soon as you get as soon as you think oh yeah, I got what I was trying to get. That trap closed on you. It's over with. It's curtains. See? So this is why I say, you got what you wanted. Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? Oh, yeah, okay. And guess what? And I got what I wanted too. See? So, yeah, you come over here and get this marshmallows with this jelly. And guess what? I'm going to make sure I catch your ass. See? Prisoner. You going to be, caught too. See that? So that's why I said a Pisces will let you catch them to catch you slipping. It's cold-blooded. That's why I said you can't. When you think you caught a Pisces, guess what? A Pisces, he wanted you to catch him because he wanted to catch you. You didn't see the trap because you wasn't aware. You wasn't aware like that Pisces. See, a Pisces will show up and say, hey, man, you got me. I'm right here. You've been looking for me. You trying to destroy me. That's all you had to say. I'm right here. Then when you try to attack that Pisces, you don't see somebody come out the cut and clap you, or something unfortunate happens to where it looks like a trap. A Pisces could just literally not even be, could just be literally harmless, and something else, comes out of nowhere and just traps you. And all of a sudden it's over with. It's like, damn, how did that even happen? See? That's why I said it's karma, fam, because listen, karma knows exactly when to come and shut it down. See? Definitely we get a Cat, thought you was Cat Williams, man. But yeah, Cat came and said, we always get underestimated facts. Now, another thing too is the fact that the turning point. Okay, so Pisces stops what? Explaining themselves. So if they were before, that stops. See, everything changes. Now, another thing, Pisces stops reacting. Scorpio gets used to a Pisces reacting Maybe you were doing it at first, doesn't mean it's going to happen afterwards. See, after once you go too far, Pisces stops doing these very things. Another thing, Pisces withdraws emotionally. Scorpio, you thinking that you withdrawing information? Well, guess what? Pisces will withdraw emotionally. See, no longer giving you any energy. Now, and just understand that. Do you know that Scorpio, they get fuel off the energy that Pisces gives them? See, so that's the thing. When we no longer give you any energy, Scorpio gets worried because they have nothing to make weapons with. They use the energy from Pisces to what? Make weapons, manipulating the trust. But they can't do this if they're not being, getting any type of emotions from Pisces. They're not able to make any weapons. They don't have the fuel. See, what are they going to transmute? Nothing. So that their ego can't even be fully used here. So if they're just going to depend on jealousy, that projection is going to be reflected. Then Pisces is going to what? Preserve their energy. So this is going to be an instant, easy KO. Now, another thing is that Pisces also detaches energetically. See, just totally shuts their just the whole light in itself, energetically done. They just stop. And then Scorpio's looking for it, like, yo, where's all that? Where the energy at? Where the energy at? I want the energy that you got. That's why they jealous in the first place. Now, another thing too is the fact Scorpio loses emotional access when this happens. You're no longer trying to, you're no longer talking about a situation, going back and forth with them at this point. So that's why once they realize they lose that emotional access, this is when they start to squirm. Now, Scorpio also panics internally when this happens. Because if they were feeding off your energy and using it as fuel, now they can't anymore. Now that throws them off because that they do not like anything that they may have not, known of or known about to come back up and to remind them that, oh, you don't know all the facts about this situation or person. Another thing too is that the control with Scorpio weakens when they start to panic internally. See, they start feeling weak. Going back to what? Exposure. Exposure of what? Vulnerability. The fear of being controlled. This is why they rather sting themselves than let you do it. Now, another thing, I'm going to tell you, when they sting themselves, what does this look like? What is the manifestation of this? Suicide. It's cold-blooded. See, Pisces goes silent. Scorpio hates silence. Think about it. They will only use silence when? They will only use silence. I'm going to tell you one more time. They only use silence to manipulate. They do not like to feel silence when it's done to them. See? Because guess what comes out? Guess what exposes? Guess what happens when they experience the silence from a Pisces? That's when the dissolving happens. That's the process of dissolving. That's what happens. And see, as soon as everything starts dissolving, that's when the truth comes to the surface. They can't live with that silence from a Pisces is too strong. Now, let's look at the karma. And this is another reason. When that silence comes from a Pisces, that's when the karma comes out. Now, that when the karma activates, Pisces becomes neutral. See? So this means that a Pisces is no longer reactive, no longer willing to work things out, no longer flexible. Now, when it comes to the emotional cord between Pisces and Scorpio, guess what happens to that? it gets dissolved. As soon as karma activates with Pisces and Scorpio, this is what we call this dissolving of all boundaries. See, remember I said you will never want a Pisces to be like this, because if a Pisces gets into a karmic, I want to say the word for it. If a Pisces get into that karmic mindset where it activates, all boundaries are getting dissolved. And that is you do not want to be in that type of situation, because this is beyond what you can imagine how this Pisces is going to behave. See, now, another thing is a fact. When the silence happens from a Pisces, when that karma activates, guess what happens with Scorpio? Scorpio feels abandoned. See? And remember I said it's because they are vulnerable. Aside from the ego, they are very vulnerable, which means that they fall for anything, meaning they are easily fooled. They're easily gullible. They're easily swayed. Because why? People could tell them a lie and they'll believe it without hearing it first or hearing the facts. But I thought you was a detective. No. See, the detectiveness within them is that they always like to figure things out in order to have what? Control in it or with it. Now, when it comes to the obsession, remember I said Scorpio is obsessed with control. So when they don't get it, they become obsessed. They get frustrated because if they haven't obtained it yet, they're like, yo, what's going on? See, I thought I knew this. I thought I knew what this person was going to do. Or, hey, I thought I watched them 100 times, their behavior. Now, why is all this happening? Because Scorpio is seeking a reaction. See, because without that reaction, they can't have control. They don't know where to start. And see, Pisces gives nothing. Pisces doesn't give any reactions, nothing, for Scorpio to become, confident in knowing that they might have or have control over Pisces. Now, what would this do to Scorpio? What would it make them do? It would make them spiral out. See, that means crash out. Then all of a sudden, remember I said the tables turn, because the power imbalances, that starts to flip. That's when the Scorpio realizes that, damn, this Pisces is stronger than I thought, even stronger than me. And they're not even using their ego. See, when you become yourself and you are fully authentic, guess what else happens? Your aura, it becomes even more powerful. That's when you reflect the most light. See, that's where other people can see your glow. That's when you're being your full self. And that's how you know you're walking in your purpose, in what you were sent to this earth to live and to do, and your legacy. That's when people can see it on you. People that don't even know you, they can see you glowing. See? They like, yo, you look, man, you glowing, man. I see you. Or it could be a female. Oh, you glowing. Man, I can see the glow on you. And you might be like, what? What's going on? Why are these people saying that? That's what they seeing. Now, it's kind of like Sonic, the yellow version, the one supersonic. Now, another thing is Scorpio loses this is the one thing that they really need to have, and they lose it with Pisces when the karma activates, and that is the influence. That's what makes them jealous to begin with. Why does Pisces have all this influence on everything? I can't let this happen. Like, if you try to give any type of advice or just try to be, help, give suggestions to Scorpio, they can get very jealous about you, creating nice things because they can't do it. They don't have it like you. So they get jealous. See, now the ego cracks when the Scorpio loses what? Influence. And as soon as it cracks, guess what? Scorpio self-destructs. See? Because they refuse to heal. They're addicted to pain. Because pain can be what? Used as influence. Used as an influence. And see, and why is that? Because they can manipulate. But they must earn your trust first. Just know that Scorpio won't start to sting you until they have your full trust first. See, that's why the lowest form, the first form of Scorpio is what? The snake. See? And what they are supposed to be here for and what they're supposed to obtain through the lessons, because they are a karmic sign as well. What they must learn is to let go of pain, see? And fully heal to what? The third stage, which is the rising phoenix. It's the eagle, and then it's the rising phoenix. But as they go through those different transformations, they are supposed to do away with the manipulative behaviors and the betrayals and backstabbing and snake-like behavior when they become what? More mature, evolved into what? The state of all-knowing. It's so crazy because the state of all-knowing is the transcendence. So they are so far behind and they don't even notice. They're not aware, fam. When you are more vulnerable, you're more vulnerable to what? Distractions. See? Because you lack focusness. You lack awareness. Because you're running from yourself. You focus on other things. Because of what? You're attracted to pain. So that allows you to get swayed, swindled. That allows you to become what? More of a different person, or whoever taught you or tried to give you advice or the wrong advice, you believe them because you are what? Extremely vulnerable. That's why it's so intense, because you tend, when it comes to Scorpio, why it's so intense is because they actually take on other people's bad energy because they're attracted to pain. See? Now, another thing, see, a Pisces, what they will always do is walk away clean. See? And Scorpio is left replaying the thoughts about how it happened, what happened, because they are addicted to pain. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they can control how much pain from that situation that they felt. See? They could use it as fuel. They could transmute it and use it as fuel to what? Use as a weapon later to hurt someone. See? Because they're attracted to hurt. They're attracted to painful situations. Pain in itself, they use it as fuel. Now, Scorpio is what? Left replaying the thoughts. Because they don't want to get healed. They don't want to let it go. And see, the control turns into regret. See? Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. And then the silence becomes what? Punishment for Scorpio. Because remember I said, the one thing why Scorpio cannot win the war, the emotional war with a Pisces in the first place, is because the silence is not the same. It's not the same way Pisces does it from how Scorpio uses it. And that silence is the worst thing for Scorpio, because the fear of the loss of control, not knowing if there's a floor beneath your feet, not knowing where to start, not knowing who to trust, not knowing where they're going without what? Physical influence. See? They have to know exactly what they're doing because they only thrive on manipulation, man. That's why I keep telling, they thrive off control. No control, no hope. See? They don't want to go off of the things that Pisces goes off of. They don't want to hear that because that's going to make them lose control of their ego. See, listening to Pisces, the ego has to die. In order for Pisces and Scorpio to be compatible, the ego has to go or it won't work. See? Now, when it comes to the control, like I said, it turns into regret with Scorpio. Silence becomes the punishment for Scorpio. They can't handle it. Look at Diddy right now. Diddy is suffering, man. Diddy is he cannot handle that silence shit. That silence that's going on is killing him, fam. So you got to understand that type of treatment is how a Pisces, listen, a Pisces is at peace in the situation that Diddy is in right now. And he can't handle it. See, a Pisces would be like, look, I know I'm in a bad situation for my actions, but guess what? At least I got peace. At least I ain't got all these other, situations that it could be a lot worse. With Scorpio, it's more like Diddy. He's sitting in that silence and he knows it's a punishment, see? And another thing is the fact Pisces feels relief. Like I just said, Pisces feels relief in the moment. Now, Scorpio takes it as a loss, and it also feels like a loss to them, see? Because of the control. If they're not the ones that are doing it to somebody else, they can't handle it themselves. They're too vulnerable, see? Too vulnerable to what? Serve their punishment. You made these bad decisions. Do your time. No, Scorpio they would rather die than to do something at the mercy or the expense of somebody else telling them, hey, you got to do this time because you're a bad behavior. No accountability. See? No integrity. Nope. And see, the thing about it is when it comes to the next thing is the fact that the karma, it completes the cycle. And it completes every cycle. See? After karma does its work, that cycle is over with. See? It dissolves. And guess what? When karma does its work, and the cycle never repeats itself. You've never heard Hurricane Katrina come twice. The karma was Hurricane Katrina. After Hurricane Katrina, there will never be a second Katrina. See? The damage was already done. It's over with. See? It ain't nobody's business what the sharks did. Ain't nobody's business what the sharks did. Hey. So that's the thing. The people that survived, they're probably in fear mode. As far as explaining what happened, they probably don't want to or ever want to explain how that situation went. See? And that's the same way with Pisces. Nobody wants to explain what happened. As far as like, oh, so what ended up happening with you and that Pisces? They don't want to explain that story. Nope. See? And the thing about it is, Pisces is the one that closes the chapter. See? Pisces is like, on that last page, Pisces is like, and when he got his helmet destroyed, he was never the same. So that made, and they'll say it like, he was never the same and he never came back, and his helmet floated off, and a old man found his helmet and actually sold it for 50 shekels of silver. This is like Pisces will say that last little page, like, and then he never came back again after he drowned miserably in his own freaking mess, and the end. See? And the thing about it is Scorpio, they either do two things, as I mentioned, with the raccoon going inside the trap and getting the jelly and marshmallows. the Scorpio either transforms. This is powerful, you guys. This is a gem. Why do you think Scorpio comes for Pisces in the first place? See, Scorpio can't transform on their own. They need Pisces' permission. They're like, yo, I need you, Pisces. I need you, Pisces. Help me transform. Like, let me hurt you so I can transform. Please, please, please. Let the karma come right now so I could just, come on, man. Let me transform. Just give me the permission. Or the detriment of not letting go allows them to what? Repeat the same behavior and have a what? A more extreme punishment. See? Because Scorpio's karma is Scorpio is a karmic sign, so a lot of times Scorpio don't learn. They are prone to not letting go and not learning their lesson. See? Only to try to what? Run it back. And guess what? Those whoopings are, man, heavy blows. If you ask a lot of Scorpios, hey, Scorpio, have you ever been in a bad situation? Man, listen, a lot of Scorpios got a lot of just hell, chaotic stories of things that have happened to them. And it's because of the hard-headedness. It's because they didn't learn their lesson. See? So they had to learn the hard way. But all aside from this, Pisces moves on. Hey, it ain't our business what the sharks do to you. Once we didn't, dissolved all your boundaries, took you out there in the abyss of the ocean, left you there, it ain't our business how you made it back to shore. We don't have to hear the comeback story. You know, it's an ending. It already ended. Now, why does the extreme problems of jealousy arise in the first place? Is because Scorpio fear comes from vulnerability. See, the fear that Scorpio has the most is losing control. See? And the next thing is being replaced. Even if the Scorpio has inflicted damage or has attacked you, they still expect you to come back. See? And here's the thing. They have a fear of being replaced. They don't want you to have any other friends or any other outlets. And see, the next thing is emotional abandonment. That's another thing that a Scorpio fears. Because they know that, nobody else will talk to them on those type of terms, especially from an emotional standpoint. Now, the next thing is Pisces triggers that fear, okay, without even trying with Scorpio, and that's what creates the jealousy. See? And it also creates surveillance because a Scorpio will feel as though a Pisces is watching them. They would get paranoid. And a lot of times they'll play power games. They'll play the power games with Pisces. Now, who is the most karmic between the two and why? I'm going to tell you. Pisces is what? More karmic. In case you didn't know, I got to turn the heat on. It's freezing, you guys. I'm going to start using my OBS studio to start doing my lives because it's just, man, it's like 10 degrees out here. Super cold. Now, who is more karmic and why? Okay, so Pisces is more karmic. Scorpios, they destroy things. They destroy themselves. Because they have hot tempers. So just think of a person that is not getting their way. They'll just start destroying things, breaking things, you know. And that in itself is actually what? A person that may be, it's like a person that may, you could just tell they're emotionally just driven at that point because they're breaking things, you know, instead of talking things out. So they're the first ones to crash out, to, you know, actually, destroy themselves, self-destruct or whatever it may be. Now, another reason why Pisces is the more karmic one is because Pisces ends things. See, closes chapters. And Scorpios, they fight battles, but see, Pisces closes the chapters. That's the difference. Now, how violent can it get between a Pisces and a Scorpio? Well, it won't be as much of a physical violence situation as I mentioned. But the violence, what it may consist of is what? An ego death. See, the ego dies when especially if the Scorpio's coming after the Pisces. Also, the loss of control and psychological unraveling. So a lot of times, this is what's something that could be done like an even exchange here with the whole psychological aspect, point of views to it. Now, also, there will be an emotional power shift between the two. So you will feel that, if you are in this situation. But here's the thing: Pisces doesn't attack. See, Pisces just removes access. So they themselves would just disappear from the situation. Now, what a Pisces should do in a situation like this, they gotta stay quiet, stay silent, not reactive. No matter how many, no matter how heavy the blows are. Also, just let your actions speak. And then you have to, when you end the cycle, don't make a mess. What you want to do is end the cycle, and you want to end the cycle cleanly, okay? Do it in a clean way. Another thing is you got to protect the emotional boundaries, okay? You can't tell Scorpio everything about you, all your business secrets, because they will use those secrets in your business against you someday. It's like they'll save it, see? And they never forget what you said or anything you may have told them or shared with them, especially if it was something that you didn't want to get out. Now, what a Pisces should not do is don't retaliate. Remember I said, even if they're doing, throwing low blows from a distance, do not retaliate. Don't explain endlessly about how, hey, it wasn't like that, or try to make the Scorpio see your side of things. No. Also, don't feed into the obsession of Scorpio, even though they may blow up your phone or, hey, throw tantrums. No. Also, don't reopen closed doors, especially for a second time if a Scorpio and you have already had beef, or you guys have not getting along or what it may be. Do not try to reopen a closed door with them, because they will hold, normally they hold grudges. They're not going to just get over something just because you want to squash it. Another thing, why Scorpio must be careful with slippery Pisces, okay? Because Pisces disappears quietly. You don't know when Pisces is leaving a situation, detaching emotionally from a situation. Another thing is that a Pisces doesn't leave a trail. See? Another thing is when a Pisces ends a cycle, just know that it's not temporary. It's permanently, okay? So when a Pisces is done with a situation, they're done. It's not like, oh, let's go back, let's be cool again. Even if a Pisces does that, they're still gonna be like done with it. Even if they just stay in a situation, they'll still be done. Now, Scorpio expects war with Pisces. See, they don't expect just a confrontation or whatnot. A Scorpio, when they get upset with Pisces, that's exactly what they want. They want a war with Pisces. But what does Pisces do to a Scorpio? Well, guess what? A Pisces delivers closure. See? So that just helps a Pisces just get away from Scorpio altogether. Where Scorpio is expecting a fight between the two, it's like, nope, I'm not giving you one. Instead, I'm going to give you closure. Now, another thing to remember is that Scorpio thinks that the power comes from control. That's why that's why that's the first thing to go to. Pisces knows power comes from walking away. remember, when you walk away from a situation, you take your power with you. So no matter where you go or who you're with, you'll always have that power. Now, another thing is, let me see. When it comes to once a Pisces detached, just know this. Once a Pisces detached from Scorpio, I'm going to tell you right now, a Scorpio is going to chase Pisces. They're going to chase Pisces because they need Pisces. They need Pisces whether they want to admit it or not. Because the mind game is that, oh, I don't need you, Pisces. And as soon as they realize that the Pisces is not playing with them, it's like dead ass serious, where they text you and you don't respond like you used to right away. Scorpio picks up on those type of things, and they will get pissed. And then once they realize that, oh, this Pisces is serious, like, oh, they're really done talking to me, that's when they have a reality check. And then that's when the Scorpio is like, yo, I need to hurry up and like contact this Pisces because they really done talking to me. Now, this is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and right now it's 17, but it's windy, so 17 degrees, and it's very windy, so the wind just like, oh my God, this is probably the coldest day that I experienced. Now, like I say, I went to the doctor, you guys, and when I had got some blood work done, they told me I was pre-diabetic, and I wasn't trying to hear that, man. That was just like, what? So it doesn't mean I have diabetes. It just means that I'm pre-diabetic. So now I have to work out every single day. I gotta watch my diet. I can't eat the type of stuff that my little sugar cravings. I can't do that no more. So I've been having to drink like all kinds of like zero sugar, like green teas, and like just more like portion wise. Like I was going crazy, guys, just not even like looking at the nutritional labels or anything. I was just like eating like huge servings of everything. And another thing with my medication, I feel like all food tastes, when you're on medications, for those of you that are, it's like sometimes, I don't know if you guys went through the same thing, but like medications make you eat more. So you got to really control yourself, because for some reason it's like all food tastes so good. And I was just dumping food on my plate, and I'm like, damn, with the sugar, it's just, I can't, no. So I had to go to the grocery store and just buy like all, healthy type things with protein and all that. So, I was working out before, but I wasn't consistent because, like I say, I was doing it wrong. So I'm glad and I appreciate everybody, showing support regarding that. It's just, I've learned, like today I did an hour on the elliptical, and I was like, man, I got to do this every day. But it's just like, when I was in the gym, it was like, it's not as hard as I probably made it seem before. It's just I gotta do it consistently. But yeah, another thing too is Scorpio will never forget Pisces, okay? No matter how hard they try, they'll never forget Pisces. So it's like, it'll be a long-lasting impression. That's why I said that Pisces and Scorpio are karmic signs in itself. So it's like, you learn lessons, but you learn lessons from them both. Now, another thing is, another thing we just gotta remember is, like I say, Pisces just has to remember that once the thing goes sour, you just gotta leave the situation. Don't try to stay, or you will, possibly get yourself hurt in doing so. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out. Love y'all. Thanks for everybody coming out, and Misty as well. Look, thanks for looking out with that moderator. I appreciate it. You said, have I ever been with a Scorpio? Let me see. Yes, I have been with a Scorpio. Unfortunately, it was a bad situation. Now, the Scorpio that I used to talk to, she was like, I met her doing Lyft and Uber. I used to, I haven't done Lyft and Uber in a while, actually. But I was doing Lyft at the time, and I had a passenger that was a Scorpio, and I used to talk to her. Like, I used to give her rides, like, to work. Like, she was like one of my like frequent passengers, and so we was like always having like long conversations, and then we ended up changing numbers, and then all of a sudden we ended up talking like a little relationship thing. And then it was weird because we were in the bedroom, and we ended up like sleeping together or whatnot. And then the craziest thing happened to where things got awkward, because as I was in the bed, we we were in there messing around, screwing around and stuff. Then it was like, once I had started to we getting all freaky and stuff, and then she pulled something like the weirdest shit with me. She was like, I'm trying to remember what. Yeah. Oh yeah. So as I was she was laying down, and then I was on top of her, just doing it and whatnot. And then she said, stop, like that. And then I was like, what? And I got up, and I'm like, and then she was like, you acting like you ain't never gonna get it again or something, she said. And I'm like, what? And I'm like she was basically just saying like I was just too excited or too happy, some weird shit. And then by her stopping me, I just broke up with her. I was like, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this one. Like you just interrupted me like while I was getting busy, and then you gonna tell me, oh, it ain't going nowhere. And then why she did that, because she was mad that I didn't give her and her kids a ride to a ride that morning or something. She was pissed about me not picking them up. But it was like, that was not, she didn't never act like that when I used to give her rides. That's the weird, maybe because she was a customer, but I was just kind of like shocked at I was just kind of shocked in a sense. But yeah, I couldn't do another Scorpio. And then the other ones, it was just more like kind of sneaky to me. But it's I'm trying to remember. But yeah, definitely said they got kinks. Yeah, they definitely, like, I feel like they got kinks, but like sometimes it's like, how can I say it? Scorpio can really test you with things, but then they might not always be the way that that they come off. Yeah, but to me, that threw me off, because when she said stop, get up, stop, like, and I stopped, it just threw me off, because it was like, why are you trying to control something like that you gave me consent with? That shit scared the hell out of me when she did that. And then it was like I didn't want to do it no more after that, because I felt like it was a control. So that's the thing when you dealing with and then another thing, like with Aries, man, it's just like, you gotta be careful. I'm gonna do another video about that as well. You just gotta be careful. Cause sometimes Aries women, they be wanting you to chase them. Yeah, definitely. Definitely cat. Yeah. It's like I just feel like Scorpio and Pisces, it takes work. Because one thing about Scorpio, they like to assume, they assume things too much. Especially when they think that they have advantage over someone. But yeah, smash the like button, you guys, and I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow with the other segments and live, and I'm gonna put the live schedule in too as well. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming out, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for sure.